Very good morning, students, and welcome to the digital classroom of Science and Technology Part B. Dear students, we had finished with lesson number 6, Animal Classification, and as per many of the students' request, I had repeated the criteria of classification topic once again last time because that is the basis for understanding the animal classification. The terminology like diploblastic, radial symmetry, acylomate, all these terminologies you have to understand. Then only it will be very easy for you to remember the animal classification, the characteristics of different phylums and classes. So that I have finished, but still if you feel any difficulty, if you have any doubt, you are always welcome, students. Now we are having the online sessions, and in those sessions, you can always clear your doubts, you can always ask your queries. So, let's start with the textual exercise of lesson number 6, Animal Classification. The very first question is identify me. They had given the characteristics and we have to identify the phylum or the animal. The very first one is A. I am diploblastic and acylomate. Which phylum do I belong to? That is, the coelom is absent and diploblastic means two germ layers are present. So it is the phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Second is, my body is radially symmetrical. Water vascular system is present in my body. And I am referred as fish, though I am not. What is my name? Yes, try to remember the umbrella shaped fish, that is jellyfish, and it belongs to phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Third one is, I live in your small intestine. Pseudocoelom is present in my thread-like body. In which phylum will you include me? Yes, and it is Aschelminthes, and the animal is Ascaris, which lives in our intestine. D. Though I am multicellular, there are no tissues in my body. What is the name of my phylum? Yes, pores all over the body, the characteristic of Porifera. So, these are the answers. Question number 2. Write the characters of each of the following animals with the help of classification chart. There are so many animals given, and with the help of the classification chart, we have to write the characters. The characters are given directly in the textbook. I had given you the page number and you have to write minimum 4 characteristics of each. Bath sponge belongs to Porifera, grasshopper, Arthropoda, rohu, Pisces, penguin, aves, frog, amphibia, lizard, reptilia, elephant, mammalia, and jellyfish, Coelenterata. So, you will write minimum 4 important characteristics of these each phylum. Question number 3 is, write in brief about progressive changes in animal classification. How the changes took place in animal classification, that you have to write in brief in your own words, and the answer is given on page number 62. Okay, the criteria for new system of classification. I'll just give you the points in short how you will write the answer. So first you will write that there were different methods of classification of animals and how the development took place. You have to write, like first one was the first classification was given by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, and what criteria he took for the classification, that is body size, habits, habitat. we will write in short. Then after that, some artificial method was used by Theophrastus. Then some advancements took place and the new method of classification was proposed, which was called as natural system of classification. And then you will write that this natural system of classification was based on different criteria such as body organization, then types of cells, chromosomes, biochemical properties, etc. Okay. And then you will write that in 1977, Carl Woese proposed the three system of animal classification. Okay, so this is how you will write about the progressive changes in animal classification. The next question is, what is the exact difference between grades of organization and symmetry? Now, this answer is given on page number 64 and 65. So, just open page number 64 and 65. So, 64 and 65, the grades of organization are given, and on 65, the body symmetry is given. So, you have to write the differences in both of these two criteria. Like first you will write about grades of organization. Here you will write that the unicellular organisms, they have protoplasmic grade of organization, then cellular grade of organization, then tissue grade organ classification. Okay, and then you will come to the symmetry, where you will write the symmetry is divided into three types: asymmetrical, radial and bilateral. You will write in short about all these grades of organization and the body symmetry. See students, right from the beginning I always tell you that you have to answer the question, answer any question as per the marks allotted to the question. Okay, so if 2 or 3 marks are given, then you have to write just 2 to 3 sentences for each point. But if it is a 5 marks question, then you have to write everything in detail about grades of organization as well as the body symmetry. And at the same time, you have to give the examples also. Like when you will say protoplasmic grade of organization, you will give the example of unicellular organisms. Then the cellular grade, you can give the porifera. Then comes the cell tissue grade, in which you can give the example of hydra, which belongs to Coelenterata. And then the last one, tissue organ grade, in which the platyhelminthes come. Similarly, asymmetrical body like amoeba, then radial you can give like starfish, and bilateral human being, mammals, insects. Okay, so you have to give the examples also. Then question number 5 is answer in brief. The very first one is, give scientific classification of shark up to Pisces, up to class. So you have to give the classification, and it is kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Pisces and species shark. Okay, so this is the classification of shark. Then the B is, write 4 distinguishing characters of phylum Echinodermata. Now this is given on page number 71. Very clearly the phylum Echinodermata is given there, and there are 7 complete points there. You have to write minimum 4 important distinguishing characters. Now distinguishing characters means that which are the characters on the basis of which the Echinodermata is made. Okay, like these animals are having calcareous spines on the body, right? because echino means spines and derma means skin. They have spines on the skin. Then they are triploblastic, having 3 layers of germ layers. Then they are eucoelomate, radially symmetrical. Okay, so these distinguishing characters you have to write of echinodermata. Then C is distinguish between butterfly and bat. Now actually this is distinguish between butterfly comes in arthropoda and bat comes in mammalia. Butterfly is a non-chordate, bat is a chordate. So basically you have to write the differences between the arthropoda and mammalia. Okay, so you will write 4 distinguishing characters between butterfly and bat. Like first will be it is a non-chordate, bat is a chordate. Butterfly belongs to arthropoda, bat belongs to vertebrata. Then butterfly has 3 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of wings, whereas bat has 1 pair of legs and 1 pair of patagium. You know, the limbs, you can say the fingers of, or digits rather, the digits are joined with a fold of skin which is called as patagium, which is helpful in flying. Then butterfly is active during day, that is it is a diurnal. Bat is active at night, it is nocturnal. Butterfly is it gives birth, it lays eggs, so it is oviparous, and bat it gives to the young ones, it is viviparous. So any 4 characteristics you can write in this answer. Then next question is, to which phylum does cockroach belong, and justify your answer with scientific reason. Okay, now this answer is given on page number 69, where the characteristics of arthropoda is given, because cockroach belongs to arthropoda. Now justify your answer with scientific reasons means you have to justify why cockroach belongs to arthropoda, and for that you should know the characteristics of arthropoda. Okay, so you will write that cockroach belongs to the phylum arthropoda because the body is covered by the chitinous exoskeleton, that is a characteristic of arthropoda. It has the most important characteristic of arthropoda, it has joint appendages, right? It is eucoelomate. Okay, then it is triploblastic, that is having 3 layers of germinal layers. It is bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, and it respires by the tracheal tubes. So you will write these points and you will justify your answer. Question number 6 is give scientific reasons. The very first one is, though tortoise lives on land as well as in water, it cannot be included in class amphibia, right? Because amphibians are the animals which can live in water as well as on land. But tortoise lives on land as well as in water, but it is not included in amphibia, right? So you will give the characteristics that tortoise, when it is on land, it respires with the help of the lungs. But when in water, it respires with the help of the nasal openings. And you will write that in case of amphibians, this does not happen. They breathe in water with the help of the skin and on land with the help of the lungs. Then tortoise is having an exoskeleton which is lacking in amphibia. So these are the distinguishing characters why the tortoise is not placed in amphibia. Then 6.B is, our body irritates if it comes in contact with jellyfish. Now, the jellyfish comes in the phylum Coelenterata, and that is why I had given you page number 67. If you turn the page number 67, you can see the characteristics that jellyfish is a coelenterate and it is having the tentacles which bear the nidoblast, right? And these nidoblasts are the defensive cells, and they can spray, they can inject toxins into the prey when they come in contact with them, right? So when this jellyfish, it comes in contact with us, it releases the toxins, due to which the irritation is caused in our skin. Okay, it is given in the textbook also, and you can write in your own words also. Next is, all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrate. Yes, all vertebrates are chordates. Okay, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Now, chordates, they all possess the notochord in one or the other phase of development. Okay, and vertebrates, they have notochord only during their embryonic life, right? And afterwards it is replaced by the vertebral column. So all the vertebrates are chordates, but all the chordates are not vertebrate. And this is given in your textbook on page number 72. On page number 72, the chordata and the vertebrata, both the phylums characteristics are given. Okay, let's move on to the next question, and it is, melanoglossus is connecting link between non-chordates and chordates, right? Why it is a connecting link? Now, this melanoglossus have certain characteristics of non-chordates and certain characteristics of chordates. Now, it has a notochord which is a characteristic of chordate, right? And thus it is called as a connecting link between non-chordates and chordates. Okay, so this is the answer which you will write. And if you want to refer the textbook, it is given on page number 71. Okay. Then, okay, one more point you can write. This melanoglossus is placed in the phylum Hemichordata. The name Hemichordata itself explains that they are half chordates, right? But it is placed in non-chordates, but the name Hemichordata, it explains that it is half chordate. So it has started during this stage of evolution, you can say. The animals have started developing the characteristics of chordates. Okay. Next question is, body temperature of reptiles is not constant. Now here the answer is given on page number 74 in the class Reptilia. Now, as we know that reptiles are cold-blooded animals, okay, and they cannot regulate their body temperature. Their body temperature, it goes up and down, that is, it fluctuates as per the temperature of the environment, and thus the body temperature, it cannot be maintained at constant level in reptiles. Okay, if you want to refer the textbook, it is given on page number 74, the class Reptilia. As it is said, these are cold-blooded. They are also called as poikilotherms. They cannot change the temperature of their body as per the environment. Okay. Then let's move on to question number 7. Answer the following, answer by choosing the correct option. Okay, I have written in short. In the textbook, it is answer the following questions by choosing correct option. The very first one is, it is multiple choice questions. First is, which special cells are present in the body of sponges, that is porifera, collar cells, nidoblast, germ cells, or ectodermal cells? And it is the collar cells. Okay. Second is, which of the following animals' body show bilateral symmetry? Bilateral. Starfish, jellyfish, earthworm, sponge. And obviously the answer is earthworm. Third is, which of the following animals can regenerate its body part? Cockroach, frog, sparrow, starfish. And it is the starfish which can regenerate its broken body part. Bat is included in which class? Amphibia, reptilia, aves, or mammalia? And of course, it is included in mammalia. Then question number 8 is, complete the following chart. Now the words which are written in black, they are from the textbook, and the words written in red and purple are the answers. So body cavity is absent and the phylum is porifera. So how many germ layers are present? 2 germ layers are present, and thus they are diploblastic. Body cavity is absent. They are triploblastic and they are platyhelminthes. Then third one is pseudocoelom. They have 3 layers, thus they are triploblastic and they belong to phylum Aschelminthes. Then body cavity is present and they are triploblastic, that means they belong to phylum Arthropoda. Okay. Next is, complete the following chart. The type is given, character is given, an example is given, and certain words are missing. Only the words which are written in black are given in the table, and remaining we have written the answers. Like cyclostomata, they are jawless, and the example is petromyzon. Pisces, character is gill respiration, and example is rohu. Amphibia, they are aquatic and terrestrial, example is frog. Mammal, they have the mammary glands, which is the most important characteristics of mammalia, and the example is whale. Human being, okay, there are so many examples. Reptilia, they are poikilotherms, or they are cold-blooded animals, and the example is lizard. Then question number 10 is, sketch, label and classify. Okay, the animals are given and you have to draw the labeled diagram and you have to classify these animals. I have given you the page number, students, and you have to just turn the pages of the textbook and you can very easily write the classification as well as you can draw the labeled diagram. Okay, I'll do one thing just to cut short your work. I will give you just the name of the phylum of each and every animal, and remaining classification you will write on your own. Hydra belongs to Coelenterata. Jellyfish also Coelenterata. Planaria, Platyhelminthes. Roundworm, it belongs to Ascaris, or it belongs to Aschelminthes. Then comes the butterfly, which belongs to Arthropoda. Earthworm belongs to Annelida. Octopus, Mollusca. Starfish, Echinodermata. Shark, Pisces. Frog, Amphibia. Wall lizard, Reptilia, and pigeon, aves. Okay. Okay, so you will write the classification in the format of first kingdom, then division, then phylum, and then example. Okay, then the last question is label the following. There are 4 pictures given and you have to label the animals. Now let's see the pictures. The first one is planaria and it belongs to platyhelminthes. Okay, planaria belongs to platyhelminthes. Then next is jellyfish which belongs to Coelenterata. The third picture is dogfish and it belongs to Pisces, and the last picture is Nereis which belongs to the Annelida. Okay students, so these are the different pictures of the animals and they are to be labeled. Okay, so you can see the labeling and you can identify the animals. So students, with this we finish with the textual exercise of the textbook. Students, please keep reading the lessons, keep reading the textbooks. In the exams, it is not necessary that the questions will be asked from the textbook exercise only. Anything can be asked from the lesson, and thus it has become very, very important nowadays to go through the textbook, to read the textbook, to read the lesson. And one thing I'll tell you students, if you read the lessons 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, it will be very easy for you to remember the content. You need not cram the answers, because when you read the lesson, you understand the content, right? You understand everything which is written in the textbook. So there is no need to cram the answers. So students, please keep on reading the textbook. Earlier, students used to read only the language workbooks or textbooks. But now it is very, very important, very, very necessary that the science textbook should also be read, because sometimes the questions are asked in the paragraph form. Any paragraph from the textbook is given and the questions are asked related to that paragraph, and it is not necessary that the answer will be directly there in the paragraph. So you have to understand the lesson and you can easily answer the question. So with this we finish with lesson number 6 students, and I hope you all are completing your notebooks, because before the prelim exams we are going to check your notebooks, of course virtually. During the online sessions we will be asking you to show your notebook, to turn the pages of your notebook one by one and show us that you have completed your notebooks. Okay students, thank you. Take care, stay home and stay safe, and let's pray to God every day that please save us from this pandemic, and please give us blessings, or please bless us so that we can start with our normal life once again. Thank you students.